This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of NASCAR Broadcasting. NASCAR would like to thank all of our loyal fans for your continued support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.
And caution will come out for the first time today here on lap number 4. Bob Coffey's machine has given up the ghost, and Coffey will head back to the garage here at Indianapolis, Indiana native. We'll bring out caution for the first time today here on lap number 4. He led 127 of 167 laps that day at Kansas City. Only had that problem happen with 3 or 4 laps to go. Still, it's been 108 races since he's been to victory lane. Ryan McGlann loops it around to the Myers Choice Chevy. No harm, no foul, and no caution flag. Attaboy, Alan Porter. Our starter keeps the green out. So
good evasive moves. It looked like Jerry Hill on the inside. Good movement. Maybe Morgan Shepherd on the outside. I wasn't sure. Back at Loudon, New Hampshire International Speedway, we just talked about the great effort by Kenny Schrader and how the prospects were good. I think it was like the cover of Sports Illustrated. We jinxed him. It's incredible. We saw him in onboard shot while we were away at break, and he was trying to get the truck refired. Chevy up high, left side of your screen. Just slow, just drove up the racetrack. I think really to get out of the way. I think the truck obviously stalled, maybe going in.
But he'll get it turned around, and the caution's out on the speedway, Jerry.
Well, speaking of bad luck, Jason Small began the year on a great note with a top 10 finish in the Sunbelt Reynolds Chevy, the Lucas Oil Machine at Daytona, but he has had 6 consecutive DNFs in the past 6 events. Mr. West in 1999. Here's what happened a moment ago.
Looks like he just got in the corner a little bit too hard and got up in the loose stuff and got sideways, and unfortunately right out of room in the right rear of the truck, caught the outside wall and made some pretty hard contact.
Run him down.
No, we don't have nothing for him today, Amy. Truck's just too tight. Probably the best thing we can hope for is stay green. We can run second.
Everything okay with your fuel situation?
Yeah, we're good.
All right. Caution's out, you guys. We could see a little shootout up front now. Jason Leffler.
And it's Leffler, Amy. Can you believe? We talk about the gremlins, the problems they've had in the late laps, and here he is dominating this race with less than 32 laps to go, now 30 to go, and he is up against the wall. The 03 is there. Oh, unbelievable turn of events. Tom Carey and the E.J. Prescott Chevrolet's up there. There's Leffler trying to get his truck refired.
Made some pretty hard contact with the outside wall. I'm sure Jason's sitting there. I cannot believe this.
Unbelievable.
We just heard Bob Keselowski said we have nothing further to. Look at all the damage on the left side of that truck. It's unbelievable.
And look, goes said, don't want to jinx myself. He's going by the 03.
Right a lap, Tom Carey going down in the corner. See, it looks like they made a little contact, got a little bit sideways, and unfortunately in the corner, that's the worst part of the racetrack to get sideways because you'd be at your maximum speed. Jason made some pretty hard contact with the outside wall. Watch her, you see Tom Carey on the outside. Watch him drive down the backstretch here, drive down into turn number 3. Just listening to his throttle. Looks like Tom came down and made a little contact with the right front of Jason's truck, and it turned him around and made hard contact with the outside wall.
And he is on pit road right in front of you.
You see his hand. He's trying to look at his hand. That's how much contact he made from the wall. That's the thing the driver has to hold on to, is the steering wheel. He bit that steering wheel because he made so much contact with the outside wall.
7 laps to go at Loudon, New Hampshire, 7th running of the New England 200.
Starting to get some lap traffic right now. Terry wants to really be careful around these lap drops.
He knows what happened to Jason Leffler trying to get inside of Tom Carey. Now, John Wood's not on the lead lap, and so he's just back there in 3rd spot. I don't think he'll be a factor. Hopefully his spotter will make sure he understands that he's not a factor in the win.
Well, he knows that. I don't think John's going to do anything right now to mess these 2 guys up racing for the win. He wants to stay in contact in case the caution comes out, and hopefully maybe Terry Cook will slow down to let him get his lap back, and then he can race these guys maybe.
Battle for 4th. Still pretty good as Travis Waffle trying to hold off Ted Musgrave. Brendan Gaughan is there, so the Chevrolet and a pair of Dodges. That is 4th, 5th, and 6th. Waffle the 60, Musgrave 1, and Gaughan the 62.
These guys have been together since we restarted this race. Ted is trying his best to get by on the inside. Not quite able to do it yet. Travis, again, has not made a mistake since this race restarted.
5 laps to go, and Loudon $283,893, the purse today.
You know how much that money means to Terry Cook right now, Doc?
Probably nothing.
Not nothing. Nothing. He wants the trophies what he wants.
I want that win. Give me that W. Although he wouldn't mind it, of course.
Well, tomorrow, you worry about the money tomorrow. Today, he wants the trophy.
Remember the open. Well, the caution, the Ford truck up across the racetrack slams the wall hard contact by the 4 of Brian Rose out of Bowling Green, Kentucky, and there is the caution flag we talked about. We have seen all year long. Misfortune in the final 10 laps, bringing out the caution time and again, and probably, and I'm saying probably, we will have a shootout again, a green-white checkered flag.
Look here, we've got, looks like David Starr is leading this race.
Terry Cook slowed down, I guess, to let some guys get their lap back, and Starr came by, and looks like he was the leader at the stripe. So David Starr and the 60 both able to get.
Already got their caution flag. Let's take a look at Brian Rose. Looks like maybe something happened to the engine because, yeah, there's oil all over the racetrack. Hard to lick into the wall. He blew an engine right at the wrong time, going in the corner at maximum speed. There was no way. Look at this, Doc. See all the oil and fluid and all the smoke. Tried his best. You see the wheels cut to the right. Tried his best to catch that truck, but gosh, made hard contact.
And this is a brand new truck they debuted last week at Kentucky called Homer. Brian was running up in 12th position. As after that hard lick, he gets out of that truck and waves to this crowd. Great crowd on hand, and they applaud Brian Rose. What an effort he put in. But he has had a tough 3 weeks, finishing 19th, 21st, and 24th in his last 3 outings. Back with the finish at Loudon, New Hampshire in just a moment. 3 of 6 races right now, which is the scheduled distance. When we come back, it will be overtime, and it is a war.
Kevin Harvick in the number 6 truck both came to the pits after that last yellow flag flew. Wood took on 4 tires. Harvick put on 2 tires just on the right side. They'll restart in 10th and 11th, and I'll bet they're going to make their way up through the field. We've got 3 laps to go, but the big question is, where are we at on fuel mileage? How about that leader, Amy?
Well, back on lap 116, Terry Cook came down. We're now just...
Ray Dunlap?
Well, Jerry Danny Gill said they cannot make it the rest of the way. They're never going to make 3 laps here, and they don't think the 29 will either. Green flag is out, 3 laps.
Porter, 11 trucks on the lead lap. David Starr, working back there, has never won in Craftsman truck competition. Terry Cook said it could go to 200 laps. They have now gone to 205 laps. He and Setzer both in the same boat on fuel mileage. Can they come down and hang on in overtime and get the white and then the checkered flag?
These guys, not only does Terry Cook have to keep Dennis Setzer behind him, he's thinking, I'm going to run out of fuel any second now. Look at David Starr on the inside.
Starr is pushing him. David Starr is pushing him. He's never won in NASCAR Craftsman trucks. Wayne and Connie Spears, who own that truck, have never won. Contact into the concrete. John Wood is there. Kevin Harvick has never won. He's back on the lead lap. He's pedaling hard. Less than a half a lap from the checkered flag. Will Cook have the gas? Will Setzer have the gas? Will Starr get the first win?
Look at David Starr looking on the inside of Dennis Setzer. Little contact. Look at it right against him, Doc.
Right against him. They're bumper to bumper. It's Ford, Chevrolet, and Terry Cook will hang on. Unbelievable. Cook, then Setzer, then Starr in overtime for the 4th time at Loudon, New Hampshire. And now the Power Stroke Diesel team can take a breath and celebrate because Terry Cook has won for the 3rd time here in 2002.
This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of NASCAR Broadcasting. NASCAR would like to thank all of our loyal fans for your continued support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.
This has been a presentation of TNT Sports.